What is up, everybody? It is JT Sports. I am back to you guys with another video, and I want to talk about the Tennessee Titans. Now, lately on social media, I've been seeing a lot of Tennessee Titans fans and the whole entire Titans fan base out there feel like they are being disrespected by the media when it comes to how they're viewed in the Super Bowl picture. Now, do I believe that the Tennessee Titans are Super Bowl contenders? Yes, I do. Do I believe that the Tennessee Titans have a good shot to win the Super Bowl this year? Yes, I do. Now, with that being said, okay, where do I rank Tennessee in the hierarchy of Super Bowl contenders? Because normally I have 3 tiers of how I evaluate teams who are Super Bowl contenders. Tier 1, you got your front runners, who pretty much are your complete teams. You have Kansas City and the Cleveland Browns, who fall in that category. Tier 2, you have, okay, your fringe Super Bowl contenders. Yes, they have talent, but they also have some question marks. I think Tennessee is in that tier 2 range, along with the Buffalo Bills and the Baltimore Ravens. Tier 3, you have your dark horse teams. Teams who could, but don't really have a big shot of making it. Now, when you look at Tennessee, they're in that tier 2 category, in my opinion, along with the Baltimore Ravens, along with the Buffalo Bills. The reason why I have the Buffalo Bills in this category along with Tennessee is because I don't know if A, Buffalo can run the football this year, and 2, are they going to have a pass rush? I have Baltimore in this tier because I don't know if this offense is going to, evolve this passing attack. Now, I look at Tennessee, and my question is this defense. You see, everybody felt like the Tennessee Titans now were legitimate Super Bowl contenders with Julio Jones. I didn't feel that way. And the reason for that is because I already viewed Tennessee as a Super Bowl contender before the Julio Jones trade. Even with them losing Corey Davis to free agency, I still felt like this team was capable of winning a Super Bowl. Now with Julio Jones, that just puts the pudding on top. Now your offense pretty much is unstoppable. Now you got Derrick Henry, you got A.J. Brown, Julio Jones, and Ryan Tannehill, and a pretty solid offensive line. So the offense is definitely Super Bowl caliber. The defense is where the question lies. Now, Tennessee Titans fans can come on here and they can say, yeah, our defense is going to be better than what it was, JT. Yeah, our defense is Super Bowl caliber defense. And it's okay to speculate that, but we have to see it on the field. You see, if you're a Titans fan right now and somebody said, hey, you have $1,000 right now, how confident do you feel that the Titans defense will be able to stop the offense of Cleveland or Kansas City right now? Because that's what it's going to come down to. Because the Browns and the Chiefs are pretty much neck and neck from a talent standpoint. Okay, now offensively, you can keep up with those teams if you're Tennessee. But defensively is where my question lies when it comes to where you match up between Kansas City and Cleveland. Because those two teams are loaded on both sides of the football. And when you look at Tennessee's defense last year, it wasn't good. And even if your defense does improve, are you guys really confident enough in your defense to be able to slow down Kansas City's offense? Because Kansas City lost to the Buccaneers in the Super Bowl. And you know what they do? They go ahead and they assemble the Avengers on their offensive line. Their offensive line is one of the best in the NFL. So you give Kansas City, which already had one of the best offenses in the NFL, and now you give them one of the best offensive lines in the NFL? Okay, and you look at Cleveland, same thing. Odell's coming back. You got Jarvis. You got the best tight end room in the NFL. You got one of the best offensive lines in the NFL. You got the best 1-2 punch at the running back position in Nick Chubb, Kareem Hunt. Baker Mayfield is solid. The defense is going to be phenomenal this year. A fully healthy Denzel Ward, Greedy Williams coming back. You select Greg Newsome out of Northwestern in this past year's NFL draft. Oh, and on top of that, you got JOK in the second round out of Notre Dame. Plus, you signed John Johnson in free agency. The Browns are stacked. The Chiefs are stacked. If you're a Titans fan, how confident are you going into the playoffs if you had to play the Browns or Kansas City? How much do you trust your defense? And I understand Titans fans are going to say, heck yeah, JT, I trust our defense is good enough. Is it really? Are you willing to bet $1,000 right now that you can see this defense without playing a single game and tell me that you think this defense is good enough to slow down Kansas City and Cleveland enough that you can be able to win the game? See, that's the thing about this question. You see, yes, Tennessee is a Super Bowl contender. But how do you stack up against the two best teams in the AFC right now, which are the Browns and Kansas City? I think Tennessee is there. I really do. I'm not feeding you guys no bull crap. I'm not feeding you guys anything. And I think I'm being pretty fair. I have a pretty big concern when it comes to me considering Tennessee a Super Bowl contender. You see, Julio Jones isn't going to be the ultimatum in terms of you making it to the Super Bowl and you not making it to the Super Bowl. The ultimatum is going to be your defense. That's where the question lies. You see, Julio Jones is great. Okay, he's going to have a great season. Nobody's denying that. But that's not the reason for you making it to the Super Bowl and you not making it to the Super Bowl. The defense is going to be the reason. Is your defense going to show up this year? I mean, it should. Mike Vrabel is a defensive-minded coach. He did play a good amount of his career in New England. He was a pretty solid linebacker when he played. So when I look at Tennessee, I look at a team that definitely is there. But at the same time, they're still a level below what the Browns and Kansas City are. If Tennessee had to go through either Cleveland or Kansas City to make it to the Super Bowl, right now, I still would take both those two teams over Tennessee. We don't know how that defense is going to look this year. Okay? And we can assume and we can speculate. And of course, you Tennessee Titans fans are going to do that. But in all reality, we still don't know. But even if it is good, it's going to have to be really good if you're looking to try to knock off Cleveland or Kansas City. Those are the two most complete teams, not only in the AFC, but in the NFL. Now, when I look at Ryan Tannehill, I think he's also a big cog in this. Because even with Julio Jones, this offense still runs through Derrick Henry. And at the end of the day, in the playoffs, is Ryan Tannehill going to be able to make the throws that he needs to make to get Tennessee over that hump? Now, a lot of Titans fans feel like Ryan Tannehill is a top 10 QB. I don't feel that way. I feel he's on the outside looking in. I feel he's like 11th or 12th. He's right there. And the reason why I say this is because I don't know if Ryan Tannehill is going to be able to carry a Titans team if Derrick Henry has a bad game. Because every time I've seen Derrick Henry get shut down in big games, I've seen Tennessee lose. Now, you do have Julio Jones, which makes the job and makes that question I just posed a lot easier. Okay, yes, it's going to make life on Ryan Tannehill easier. Okay, but at the end of the day, the NFL now is starting to become a star-driven league, believe it or not. Superstar quarterbacks are making it to Super Bowls and they are winning now. Super Bowl quarterbacks are now superstar quarterbacks are now starting to take over this league. And I had to realize this. A decade ago, you could win a Super Bowl with a Jimmy Garoppolo. You could win a Super Bowl with the Teddy Bridgewater. A decade later now, in 2021, you got to have a superstar. The league is changing. So when I look at Ryan Tannehill, is he going to be able to play up to the level of a Patrick Mahomes if need be? Is he going to be able to elevate his play? Because that's what it comes down to. Now, I believe that Tennessee definitely has a pretty good shot at winning the Super Bowl this year. I definitely do feel that they should be in that conversation. And I do feel like a lot of people are kind of blacklisting them. I feel like everybody just says, oh yeah, Tennessee is a Super Bowl contender, and that's it. But nobody really just believes in Tennessee, really. I think people just feed Tennessee scraps and say, oh yeah, man, I think you're a Super Bowl contender, and that's it. When I look at Tennessee, I legitimately feel like this team can win the Super Bowl. But I do have concerns. Are you going to be able to get through Kansas City and Cleveland? That's ultimately what you're asking yourself. Is your defense going to be able to live up to that task? Is Ryan Tannehill going to be able to make the necessary throws needed to get you over the top? Those are the two biggest questions that you have to ask yourself if you are a Titans fan when it comes to the Super Bowl discussion. Because at the end of the day, you got to have exceeded quarterback play. And even then, you can say, well, JT, Cleveland has Baker Mayfield. Listen, Baker Mayfield played really well against Kansas City last year. Okay? And if it wasn't for the Donovan Peoples-Jones screw up, Cleveland probably has a better shot at winning that game. So when you look at Tennessee, they are there. They're right here, but the Chiefs and the Browns are a level above. So for Tennessee, the biggest deciding factor is going to be this defense. And if the defense is there, definitely. And then the next thing is going to be Ryan Tannehill. If you can't rely on Derrick Henry, is Ryan Tannehill going to be able to go toe-to-toe with a Patrick Mahomes? He should. He has the weapons. He has Julio Jones, A.J. Brown. That's one of the best duos in the NFL. Top 3 for sure. You guys let me know down in the comment section down below. Do you guys feel that the Tennessee Titans can win the Super Bowl this year? Make sure that you guys like the video. Subscribe to the channel for more NFL videos and content. And thanks for watching.